live quick. When you click on live, it goes live. I'm at an Oasis right now in Plainfield, Indiana. If you don't know, well, if you're a trucker, you probably know what an Oasis is. I've only stayed at one time before, and it's probably gonna be hard to get out of this one in the morning. I met a guy from YouTube today who commented here a while back in the comments and said something about he had a mini fridge for me, and asked if I was interested in it. I think he's seen one of my videos and he's seen that I was just starting, and he had just left rail. Well, I met him today. It worked out really good the way it ended up. I ended up having to go to Chicago today to pick up the load that I have right now. And this load is going to Ohio, but it doesn't have to be delivered till tomorrow. So I went ahead and shut down. Right now, it's probably, I'd say it's around 5 or something right now. I went ahead and shut down. And, but anyways, where I ended up picking the load up, this guy lived like 10 minutes from there. His name is Mike. Really good guy. He gave me all kinds of stuff. It shocked me. It shocked me in a really good way. Hello, Clint Turkey Wild. How's it going? Good to see you. But his name is Mike, this guy, and you don't meet people like that very often. I called my wife and my mom and told them about it. He gave me a headset for one, so I've got me a headset now. That's awesome. He gave me this thing for free. This man gave me like $500 worth of stuff. When are you getting the new truck? I don't know. That's a good question. They told me last week, and then they said this week, and now, like the last time I talked to one of my fleet managers, he said that it may not be this week. So I'm not sure when it's going to happen. I guess the issue, they're saying they don't have a truck for me right now. I don't know. I don't understand that. And I got a new fleet manager now. I've got a female fleet manager. I had a man, and I finished phase 3, so now I've got a woman fleet manager. But this guy today who's never met me in his life, his name's Mike. He came to me while I was on the dock. He drove there to the dock because I just so happened to be coming to his area. He messaged me again yesterday. I think I was in Gary, Indiana at the terminal, and he said, "Are you interested in any of this stuff?" And I told him, yeah, I'd be willing to buy it from him. He wouldn't let me give him a dime for it. And this man gave me probably $500 worth of stuff today. I'm not joking. And you know what else he did? He bought me Subway. I didn't even ask him for it. He offered. He said, what do you want from Subway? I'm buying lunch. I mean, how nice is somebody that does stuff like that? That was so kind of him. Never met me in his life. Bought me Subway and then brought me, I'm going to show you some of the stuff he brought me. But one of the things is the headset. And I got to figure this thing out because I don't know how it works. How's it going, Christopher Joseph? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. And he brought me these so you can cut your seals with these. You know, I've only got metal seals a couple times. He brought me a cushion here, this thing. So I didn't have one of these. And this thing is great. And then he got me a thing that goes on your seat belt as well. You truckers probably know what I'm talking about. See this thing? That black thing? He got me that. Got me another refrigerator, a microwave, these workout bands that you work out with. What else? A 24 pack of Diet Mountain Dew. This man gave me all this stuff for free. A vacuum sealer, I'm gonna show you the stuff. Nobody, well, we've got some people on here. Yeah, chassis. Don't forget the soup. Yep, gave me a bunch of soup. You know what I'm doing right now? I use one of these. Actually, look, this is a soup container, and it's got coffee in it. You probably can't tell because I had nothing to heat coffee up with. My Keurig messed up on me, so I can't use K-cups. But he gave me a microwave, and I got some instant coffee. So I ate the soup out of this, and then just cleaned it out, and now I'm drinking coffee out of it. So that worked. But here, I wanted to offer this too, because there's been a lot of people saying they're going to rail, maybe getting in the truck and going to the rail, and I think he would be happy to do this too. If you need a refrigerator and you actually go to rail and you get you a truck, I'd be happy to give you this refrigerator, because he gave me a refrigerator that he didn't need and gave me a lot of other stuff as well. And I've got that refrigerator, and I'll be just like him. He gave that to me out of the goodness of his heart, and I'll be glad to pass on somebody that can use it, because I've got that one. That microwave is really going to come in handy. But I'm going to turn this around and show you some of the stuff he gave me. He told me it wouldn't, so he did it. because he drove for rail. This man did. He's a retired, drove for rail for a while. Well, I went down and it's got this fridge and this strap down. No thing of that. Both of these right here. Sorry about that. Anyways, he gave me a bunch of stuff, and it surprised me. He didn't even know me. Gave me all this stuff. Bought me way. You like Diet Mountain Dew? And I said, yeah, I drink Diet Pop. Gave me a 24 moderator, Chastity. Richard Crabtree. Okay, good. I just met him today. I just thought that was so nice. I wanted to tell people about what that man did for me. His name is Mike. He's a retired police officer, and he drove with rail for a while, and he ended up leaving rail, and now he's working at a Freightliner shop like that. I think they make Freightliners or do something with Freightliners, but he's working at a Freightliner shop now. And he told me he didn't leave rail because of anything bad they did. He said just trucking. I guess he decided not to do that. He's retired from being a police officer, you know, and I guess he was just doing that to have something to do and stuff, but and probably for extra money too. But he told me that his kids are grown and stuff. Really good guy. It just surprised me how nice he was. Even got Subway for me. And he had 2 German Shepherds with him. Smartest dogs I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen dogs that smart. And then he told them to sit and stay, and they stayed. I mean, until he told them to move, they stayed. Beautiful dogs too. It was really nice meeting him. This week should be my best week yet, probably on miles. And part of the reason why is because I'm working another day, an extra day. I start at Sunday, and I'm not going home until Saturday because they changed my schedule. He said he thought it would be better for me if I worked until Saturday and then went back out on Monday, which works good anyways because everything's closed on the weekends, you know. And that way Monday I'll have a little bit of time to do stuff while stuff is open when I need to. But yeah, like I said, if anybody comes to rail or gets into trucking, I was talking to Jacob earlier through text. He's a guy that's I think he's coming to rail. And me and him's been talking about it for a while. Hello, Dylan. Finally, hey, how's it going, Kevin? Good to see you. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen you on one of them so far. How you been doing, Kevin? You been doing any hand splitting lately? I miss that. I'll be glad to do some more hand splitting. I gotta get wood. I gotta get a way to get more wood. I'm so busy with this now, I don't have time to get wood hardly ever. I still want to do it in these states. I got my Fiskars in here, but I got to get me an electric chainsaw or something. I love gas saws, but I just don't know about carrying a gas saw around in this truck. And under your bunk back there is a perfect place to put. Hey, how's it going, Mike of the North? There's 2 drivers right there, 2 veteran drivers, the Norvik Way, Kevin, and Mike of the North. Both of those guys, I think, got close to 30 years of experience driving, if I'm not mistaken. Just working, he said. Yep. Same here, Kevin. It's warming up, isn't it? Have y'all? I'm sure y'all have noticed, like now that the daylight is lasting. The day is lasting so much longer now, and I like that myself. And then the morning is lasting so much longer. I know this morning it didn't start turning daylight until I think it was 7:30 or 8 a.m. And which I like the summer the way it's better. I like having that daylight until 9 o'clock at night because you can get a lot more done like that, in my opinion. When it gets dark at like 5 in the winter, 5:30, to me that's of course I like all the seasons, so I do, but I'm always happy to see spring and summer get here when they do get here. Hello, Michael White, old timer. There's 3 people that's right there: Mike of the North, the Norvik Way, and Michael White, old timer, that I've been talking to for a long time. Well, since I've been on YouTube. It ain't really that long, close to 2 years now. Today was beautiful here in North Carolina. Yeah, it was beautiful as well everywhere I've been today. Try to think where I woke up this morning, what state I was in. So now I'm in Plainfield, Indiana right now. I'm going to, oh yeah, I was at Gary, Indiana. Yeah, I think I was at Gary, Indiana. I don't know, I get confused with the days. Hello from Indiana. I'm in Indiana right now. I'm in Plainfield, Indiana. Oh, India. Wow. That's a little different than Indiana. I just seen you said India. Hello. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Foslu Ramen. Hello, Foslu Ramen. Good to see everybody. Hope y'all have all been doing good. Yeah, India is a lot different than Indiana, isn't it? I'd like to see India. I'd like to see India. I would. Yeah, this is going good so far, though. I'm really enjoying trucking, honestly. I am. I have some moments out here. There's some stressful moments. There are, without a doubt. Like you get stressed out sometimes and stuff, but it's very enjoyable as well too. Meeting Mike like I did today, and him just giving me all this stuff like he did. It just took me by surprise so much. He didn't have to do that. Gave me a mini fridge. He gave me a microwave. Brought me Subway. Gave me literally probably these gloves too. This is another thing he gave me, because he said, "You got any gloves?" Gave me them for your fuel and everything. Look at this thing. It's like to check your tire pressure, but for a truck. Gave me that. It looked like he took that out of his personal tool bag too. I said, "Is that your personal tool bag you're taking that stuff out of?" Only a couple of miles. Are you talking about India? The difference between India and Indiana? Yeah, that's quite a difference, isn't it? I'd like to see India. I'd like to see lots of places in the world. That's one thing I'm really enjoying about trucking. I'm getting to see a lot more places now. I'm at this oasis, they call it, and it's pretty crowded. See here? Yeah, it's filling in. They usually do at nighttime. Like, they usually fill in pretty quick. And this one looks like in the morning, if that guy don't move, it might be a little tough for a noob like me to get out of here. Because see, you've got guys back there and stuff. Okay. But yeah, he gave me another mount for my phone. Gave me some kind of double-sided tape. I'll show you that. See this double-sided tape he gave me here? And he gave me that mount, which is really cool. He gave me this thing. And the double-sided tape, that's how I got that held on there. Look, it's got 3 different outlets. It's got a power button right there. I thought that was really neat. I think every time I'm doing this, I'm getting my phone. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Let me know when you're in Michigan again. Yeah, I'll do that, Michael. Is that where you live, Michael? Is that where you live? I've been through Michigan, I think, 2 or 3 times now. Yeah, I'll do that, Michael. No sound. Is there no sound? Uh-oh, that ain't good. No sound? There is sound? I can hear you. Hillbilly Trucking. Is it working now? Okay, good. Yeah, because my other phone, the speaker's horrible on it. So hopefully this one ain't tore up. Okay, good. Oh, good to see everybody. Dan360. Thank you all very much. I appreciate that, the responses. Okay, got you, Hillbilly Trucking. You scared me for a minute because my other phone, I've done dropped it in coffee. And I had that phone for a year, which I still have it, but I'm hard on my stuff. I've got to shave. Buddy. I'm starting to look like a mountain man, Appalachian man from Kentucky. Look like my dad when I got my beard grown out. But yeah, like I said, if anybody's getting into rail, I'll be happy to give them this fridge that he gave me. It was very nice of him. Right here. A freezer and a refrigerator. And that was so nice of him to do that. He gave me a bunch of stuff. That microwave would really be handy that he gave me. Like a bunch of Campbell's chicken noodle soup. This thing too, I think my wife will like this thing. This is a vacuum sealer. He gave me this. And a bunch of bags with it so that I can vacuum seal. He said what he would do was vacuum seal his meals, and then he would just heat them up in the microwave and eat them. Like Mike of the North, he said he preps his meals as well. Because when you have these 14-hour days and stuff, sometimes you don't really feel like cooking. I enjoy cooking, I just ain't very good at it. My wife's a good cook. Hey, I'm thinking about going to rail and do regional, but I'm not sure about the pay. Could you explain it to me? Well, I'll tell you exactly how much I'm bringing home. The last check, which I consider not to be a real good week, was $967 after taxes. Now, before taxes, it was like $1,100 and something. That's for a week. But now my trainer, he brings home like $2,500 a week after taxes. So it depends on after 6 months, if you wanted to be a trainer or owner operator, your pay would go up a lot too. But starting out, yeah, around that I think around $900 to like $1,300, $1,400 a week, if I'm not mistaken. Hooked back to the radio. It hooked back to the radio. What did? Hillbilly Trucking? It hooked back to the radio. I'm studying for the learner's permit. I've got a video on that, Dan, if you want to watch it, that explains it step by step how to do that. I would recommend, I mean, if you don't already know what to do. There were 2 apps that I used, and the questions on them were word for word on the questions on the actual test I took. When I cook, I always have a double shot of Pepto-Bismol after. You get acid reflux? Is that what it is, Michael? Or you just, it hurts your stomach? I get acid reflux bad. I didn't used to get it. When me and my wife got together, I was 200, well, probably not even 200 pounds. I was about 180 pounds, 190. Then I stayed around 200. Right now I'm probably about 268. I was 280. And ever since I put weight on it, I get acid reflux bad if I don't take medicine. Oh, terrible cook. Does your wife do all the cooking, Michael? My wife usually does. I cook sometimes too. Even Carter actually cooks at home now. He's getting pretty good at it, Carter. He's actually a pretty good little cook. My phone, that's why I thought there was... Oh, your phone was hooked to the radio. Gotcha, Hillbilly Trucking. I see what you mean now. Billy Walker, thank you. You're the best. Well, thank you very much, Billy Walker. I appreciate your kind words a lot. I'm not the best, but I appreciate that a lot. God bless you as well. God bless you, and thank you so much for that comment. I appreciate it. Good to hear from everybody. Wonder how many people here that I'm talking to are... I know there's some people right here from the firewood videos too, and then some of y'all I think are planning to get your to start trucking, and some of you are like Kevin from the Norvik Way. I think Kevin and Michael know each other from other channels too, because they both watch firewood videos if I'm not mistaken. Thanks. I'll go back and watch your video. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think it would maybe help you if you're studying for that, because when I went in, about 3 people failed right ahead of me. Failed that because there's 3 tests I had to take. First, I got to go to surgery. Then you're going to try to get on that rail? Good. I thought for sure this company was called Roll. I kept calling it Roll. And then they said Rail, you know. The guy that owns it right now, his name is Rick Rail. My wife cooks, and I'm glad. Same here, Michael. I'm right there with you on that one. I'm right there with you. It's part of why I gained so much weight, because my wife cooked good all the time. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm not the greatest cook either. I'm a good eater. 3 tests. Yep, 3. What were those tests again? See, I've got bad memory. There was combination vehicles, air brakes. There was one more. Combination vehicles, air brakes. There was something else. Combination vehicle, air brakes. I can't remember what that last test was. Somebody probably knows. It's been a while since I did that. I think that it's hard to believe it's went by this quick, really. I've been out on my own now this is my 2nd month out on my own. It says message retracted on Kevin's. General knowledge. Yep, that's it. General knowledge, air brakes, and combination vehicles. That's it. Yep. Oh, yeah, you know Old Timer, you said, Michael. Yep, he is. Yep, he's very supportive. I noticed that. You see, probably Kevin and Mike White Old Timer probably both have watched a lot of the same channels that I have. Because you know how on YouTube, when it sees what you watch, it kind of recommends that same thing to you. So I love watching other people hand split firewood. I do. I love watching it. So it recommends that to me quite a bit. And I see Michael White and Kevin on some of those channels. Yeah, Jacob, I was talking to him earlier in text. He's a guy that's from Kentucky as well. And he's really considering getting into trucking as well. And I think he'll like it. I think he'll be happy to. Because we were talking about income, and stuff. And I think he'll be satisfied with income, for sure. I think after 3 months you get a raise, after 6 months you get a raise, and then after 12 months you get a raise, if I'm not mistaken. So, guy walking by the truck over there. Somebody told me, I don't know how true this is, but somebody told me that these Oasis that I'm parked at right now are really bad about people stealing from you. I've still got these Brunt boots. I've got a pair of Brunts. I was wearing these one boots that were just little cheap boots that I bought, and like they were making my feet sweat horrible. And I put my Brunts back on that I got from Brunt, and they're made of leather, and that leather lets your feet breathe. That's what my mom was telling me. She said, yeah, leather. She said that my papa, his name was Frank Marino. See, he was full-blooded Italian, my mom's dad, full-blooded from Louisiana. And anyways, he would always make his kids wear leather, I guess, because it lets your feet breathe. And I can definitely tell the difference when I don't wear leather, especially all day and something like this. You got to think you got some 14-hour days out here and stuff sometimes. So, but yeah, I still got these Brunt boots, but they've not held up the greatest. I'll be honest, the sole of them is starting to fall off. So I'm actually about to invest in a good pair of boots. Like probably I get cheaper boots, but I plan to invest in a good pair. Any of y'all got any recommendations on that? What's some good boots? I've heard a lot of good things about Justin's and stuff like that. Red Wings. I've never had either one of those boots, but this is the most expensive boot I've ever had, and I got them for free from Brunt. They're about $200, logging boots. I've been hard on them. I have. I'm hard on my stuff, like I said. Y'all see my videos. I kick the wood around and everything, the firewood with my boots, so I'm pretty hard on them. But I appreciate Brunt sending them. I still got to do a year review on them. I did a review on them, and planned to do a 6-month and didn't do that. Now it's been like a year, so I need to do that. And I've got probably, I'd say, 6 or 7 other things that I need to do reviews on right now, but I ain't had time to. I've got a moisture meter from one company. They sent me a moisture meter for firewood. I've got to do a video on that. The company that sent me the mount that this phone is on right now, they're sending me 2 more things that you hook up in your vehicle to test out. Another place is going to send me this big generator. It was like a $3,000 generator. I've never got anything that expensive. I was surprised they actually offered that. All right, take care, Clint. Good talking to you. Good hearing from you again. Did he say he was getting in the truck? Yeah, and I wish you the best with your surgery too, Clint. I didn't realize that till just now when I look back at your comment. I don't know what kind of surgery you're having, but I wish you the best with it. I think the only surgery I've ever had to date was I got my wisdom teeth cut out. I got all 4 of them cut out at the same time, and my face swelled up like a balloon. I ate mashed potatoes for a week. I think that's the only surgery I ever got, as far as I know. I've never broke a bone. I've had my nose broke twice, but whenever it happened, after it happened, I didn't realize it, and I reached up and felt, and my nose right here was like over here. And I just kind of squeezed it, and I heard it crack back. If they ever send me a big splitter, hey, Michael, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, because I probably won't use it very often, I'll be honest. I love hand splitting. Yeah, I've seen those Easton made. Those are nice ones on there. It seems like they send those out the channels quite a bit. But I think a lot of the people that have those splitters, probably, if they've seen me, they probably know that I prefer axes, hand splitting. I did purchase a cheap electric pole saw I'm going to do a video on. I think it's like 9.5 feet long from Harbor Freight. I've got quite a bit of stuff from Harbor Freight. I've got welders from there. What was that? What was the last thing I got from there? I had some kind of paint gun from there, because I was getting these old trailers every now and then, and actually campers. I got a camper and got them pretty cheap, and they have dual axle trailers on them. And I just tore it off by hand, all the metal and stuff, and then took the old floor off, put a new floor on it, 2x6s, and then painted it with that Harbor Freight gun and sewed it, and put lights on it too that I got from Lowe's. I put some electrical lights on it. Turned out pretty good. Dual axle trailer. A guy bought it, said he wanted to put his 4-wheelers on it, haul his 4-wheelers. Came and bought it from me. I've done a couple trailers like that, actually. Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing that review, Kevin, on that post saw. I used to have a steel post saw. I liked it a lot. I've had a steel post saw. What else have I've had all kinds of different chainsaws. Echo backpack blower was a great backpack blower. That thing was awesome. That's something I want to get again, is a backpack blower. Echo backpack blower. My wife must have got off of here. She's the moderator. She's a moderator now. It's pretty neat. That's awesome. It's starting to get dark here now. I don't know what time it is for sure. This clock on this little Copilot computer down here isn't right. They have real nice post saws. Oh, chassis still on there. No, I didn't, she said. Battery saw and Paul from Harbor Freight. So, yeah, there you go then. If you've had them for years and they're still working, that alone to me speaks volumes. What I got started with steel was weed eaters, honestly. Like, that's what made me a huge fan of steel, I guess, which I like. I like lots of different saws I've used. But the steel weed eaters, man, they're great. The commercial ones, they're awesome. I did commercial weed eating, we did them big, how Kentucky is big on the Derby horses and stuff. Well, they've got Derby horse farms there, and we did a lot of those. So it was mile after mile after mile of plank fences and barns and all that stuff. And those commercial steel weed eaters, man, the power in them and the gas tanks, how big they are. And once you learn how to use them, how to keep your string the right length and everything, and oh man, you can move with, you can just walk with those steel weed eaters. They don't hardly get caught up unless you're in real big tall stuff, and they'll take that down too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that too, Kevin. Those post saws are handy. I took a lot of branches when we first moved to where we're at now. I would drive under those oak trees and they would scrape my truck. So I got my post saw and went out there one day. I think it extended up to like 14 or 16 feet, that steel one. And I went out there and I got all those trees. And I like to keep my trees and stuff where I can mow under them. Because when I worked for that guy where we did them big Derby horse farms, they would have them branches on the ground where you couldn't get a mower in there, and you'd have to crawl under them and sit there and weed eat around it. But if you've got all that stuff up high, your branches, not only does it open the land up, you can see so much better, but then you don't got to worry about walking into them with your eyeball, because I've done that before too. I put a branch right in my eyeball before. I'm surprised I didn't take my eyeball out. At nighttime, walked right into one and it went in and all the way back to the back of my eyeball. I'm surprised I didn't take it out. Do you live over there in Kentucky? I've heard of Paducah, but I don't think I've ever really been there much. I've not really been to Paducah much. Yeah, she's keeping an eye on me, Michael said. Yeah, I didn't even know she was there because she hadn't said nothing for a while. Hey, brother, what company will I start to have my paid CDL program? Well, there's different ones that do it, Roger. There's different ones. I'm at Rail. This company here, Rail, they do paid CDL. And, yeah, so far I would definitely recommend them. Isaiah, just stopping by your channel. Keep it up. Good to hear from you, Isaiah. Thank you very much, Isaiah Davis. I appreciate that very much. In Clarksville. I'm trying to think of where that would be. I'm in eastern Kentucky, so I don't know if y'all have heard of Mount Sterling, Kentucky. Lots of people have heard of Lexington, Kentucky, because that's the second biggest city in Kentucky. There's Louisville, that's the biggest, and then Lexington is the second biggest. Well, I'm about an hour past Lexington, and it's a small town, and the county is called Montgomery, but Mount Sterling is the most known city there probably. Mount Sterling, Kentucky has the oldest festival in Kentucky. Mount Sterling does. It's called Mount Sterling Court Days. And it's like they sell guns there, animals, food, clothes, all kinds of stuff. And they set it up right downtown there in Mount Sterling. I think it either started in the 17 or 1800s, that festival. And it's just pretty much like people from all over the world come there, like Africa and everything, and set up booths and all weekend, and they just sell stuff. And you've got, I think they said sometimes 50,000 people pass through that festival. Used to, anyways. I haven't been to it for years, but when I was a little boy, my grandparents used to set up a booth there at Court Day, and they would set, my mama made crafts, and then Papa and them, we would invite our family, and they'd bring stuff they wanted to sell, and I loved it. Oh, that's some of the best memories of my life right there. Going to Kentucky Court Day as a little boy and walking around buying stuff and seeing and just spending time with my family. That's a beautiful area, especially land between the lakes in Kentucky. Yeah, it is. I love Kentucky. I do. I hadn't been to really many states until I started with rail, many other states. But I can tell you from all the states I've seen, Illinois has got some pretty areas over here in the country. Illinois has some beautiful places. Arkansas, Wisconsin has some beautiful land, a lot of farmland and stuff. But every time I get back to Kentucky, I'm always happy to be back there too. I guess it's where it's home to me. You know, I'm born and raised there. And then just the rolling hills and pastures and the trees, the way it's laid out. I love Kentucky. It's beautiful. See you later, Michael. It's really good hearing from you. I've been talking to Michael for a long time on there. He's got videos on his channel too, hand splitting too. Good job with that, Michael. Take care, Michael. Be safe. It's good hearing from you. Really good hearing from you. I know I haven't heard of Clarksville, but I've heard of Paducah for sure. Yeah, today's been a good day though. I mean, like I told Mike earlier, the guy that gave me all this stuff, I told him, I said, this is like Christmas for a kid really right here. And I tried to pay him numerous times and he would not take. He said, no, I want you to have it. He said, I want to see you do good. And he even sent me a nice message after too. He sent me a nice message after. Said it was a pleasure to meet me. He's the second person I've met from YouTube yet. I've got people's numbers from YouTube, their emails, and like I've talked to Daniel Adkins. Y'all probably know Daniel Adkins, some of you. I know Michael White Old Timer does. Kevin probably does too, Daniel Adkins. He has a firewood channel. I've talked to him on the phone numerous times. I've got his number, some other people's number, and I'd like to meet many of you, honestly. I'd like to meet many of you. Split wood with you, help one another, help other people. That's my goal. That's one of my favorite things about YouTube is how you can reach people that you otherwise wouldn't have reached. Like Gary giving me and Carter those axes that he gave us, meeting us with his son out of nowhere and giving us those axes. That was just very nice of him. It was a great blessing. He gave me so much stuff. That microwave alone back there is a blessing. Because like I said, normally if I want to heat something up, I got to put it in that pot back there and heat it up, or just eat it cold. But now I can heat it up. Let me try my Campbell's coffee. Campbell's chunky coffee. Pretty good. I'll be glad to get home and see my wife and kids. That's another thing. It's a different feeling now. Every time I get to Kentucky, every time. It doesn't fail. So far, every time anyways, I get so happy and so excited. Because the week is done, you know. I know I've got my hours in, my miles in, and I'm heading home in this big truck. It's awesome. I get to pull my driveway in this. A Mennonite man let me park my trailer on his lot or on his road for free. And he said, yeah, you and your wife just come here to the store every now and then and that'll be good enough. Georgia, new to your channel. Love watching as a sister over the road driver. Well, thank you very much, Georgia. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. And be safe out there. I wish you the best with it. I'm really liking it so far. I'm loving it. And I've been talking to a lot of people on here that's wanting to get into it. And just hearing some of them say that my videos help them a little bit, that makes me happy. It does. Because I've got help from lots of people on YouTube with their videos. That's like I said, it's one of my favorite parts about it is you can get lots of handy information, but you can meet lots of friendly people like that as well. I didn't do a lot of research on rail myself before I started there. I watched a couple of videos, but not a lot. But I'm really enjoying doing them. Today I went in the Gary, Indiana terminal with my camera on right here. And I had some people looking at me. I never went in the terminal with it before. But I actually went in the terminal with my camera. And I'm going to upload that video probably tomorrow. I've got one that I edited some on last night. And then I got tired and quit. Because I got so many hours of footage. Oh, wow, you've been doing it since 2004. You got me beat by far then. You got me beat by far. It's long hours, isn't it? Or trucking is. It wears on you. It wears you down. Like right now, even I'm kind of tired. And today I went ahead and took off early because my delivery that I'm hooked to right now isn't due until tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, I'm at Oasis. There's all kinds of people here. Yeah, 2004, that's quite a while. What is that 20 years? Yeah, 20 years. That's a long time to have in anything. So, yeah, you've got a lot of experience, Georgia, for sure. There's a couple other people that was on here earlier. I don't know if they still are, but Mike of the North and Kevin, they both got close to 30. So that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm a newbie. I'm a noob. I'm still getting used to it, but I love it. Hello, Peter. There's Peter from Germany. It's always good to hear from Peter. Nature and Hund. It's always good to hear from you, Peter. I'm always happy to hear from him. He's always been so kind and supportive. He really has. I wonder how my kids are doing. I bought that little horse for my little girl, and I can't wait to see her get it. I know she's gonna love it. What's with the people walking with bags on the breakdown lane? Have you seen that? No, I don't think so. I don't think I've seen that. I'm trying to think. You might have to explain to me, since I'm a noob, what that is, the breakdown lane. Are you talking about the shoulder? People walking with bags on the shoulder? Or is the breakdown lane something different? I haven't seen that, I don't think. I'm mainly in the Midwest area, I think. Like, I'm in seems like I'm mainly in Indiana. Mike of the North. Still there. After you deliver a load, do you have to sit and wait a long time for? No, not usually. No, not usually. Like, sometimes they actually, before it's over, it'll say pre-planned sent to me before the load's even over. I've heard that somebody told me Mike of the North and Kevin can really speak to this. Oh, Kevin's still here too. Mike of the North and Kevin can. Do one of y'all mind answering this, Mike of the North and Kevin? Which Mike of the North is in Canada. Kevin, you told me before what state you was in, but I can't. South Carolina, I think you just said earlier. Does it slow down in the winter for you all? Is that normal? And somebody told me in the spring it picks up, and Georgia can speak to that as well. The shoulder, yes, the shoulder, Georgia said. I'm East Coast. Gotcha. Trucking as usual. Yeah, Georgia, Mike of the North, and Kevin can probably all speak to that if it slows down in the winter. Some guy was telling me every year it does that. I don't know how true that is. I'm just saying what they said, but I don't know how true that is. And then they said in the spring and summer it picks back up a lot, your loads. But I'm not sure how true that is. I'm healed up good now, Peter. My leg is doing good. It's doing really good. I'm very thankful for that. Honestly, where I hit my leg with that axe, it was about the best place I could have hit it, probably. If I'd have been that far over to the right, it would have definitely broke my bone. Because your shin bone's right there in the front of your leg, you know. It's not deep in your leg. I believe it definitely would have broke my bone. I stay busy. Well, that's really good. That's good. I mean, I'm sure that's tiring too, but it's good to get the miles. Are you national, Georgia? Do you drive national to where you're like gone for, a couple weeks at a time? While I work North Carolina. Oh, so Kevin and Mike are both trucking right now. Hard at it. I cut out early today. I wanted to try to get started early. I'll probably get up about 3 in the morning tomorrow. North Carolina, it stays busy. Well, that's really good then. That's really good. I think if I was national, I'd be even more busy. But honestly, right now, I've been busy. Like, as soon as I finish a load, they got me another one usually now. The only time I really have to wait is usually like when I'm at the consignee or, when I'm at the shipper. One of them. Usually I have to wait on the dock. Like early, I think I was there for at the last place where I got this load, I was there for about 3 or 4 hours. Not that bad. But now that one, I was there 16 hours. That to me is ridiculous. I'm here by Cleveland, Ohio. I'm going to Ohio. That's where I'm taking this load, is Ohio. We're at in Ohio. I can't remember where. I've been to Cleveland, Ohio since I've been driving. But that's where I'm taking this load, is Ohio, tomorrow. I'm going to Findlay, Ohio, Findlay. I don't know how to pronounce that. Findlay, Ohio. That's where I'm taking this load tomorrow. I'm just East Coast, home most weekends. Live in Maine. Well, that's good. You're home most weekends. That's what I do. I like being home on the weekends. Well, I've got my kids. I've got 4 kids, and my youngest is 2. My oldest is 11. So I like to be home with them when I can. I FaceTime my wife not FaceTime. What do you call that? Google Meet my wife every day and kids and get to see them. Right now, I'm on a 6-month bid shifting on the yard. On a 6-month bid shifting. What does that mean, Kevin? I'm not sure what that means. You have to explain it in noob terms. Right now, I'm on a 6-month bid shifting on the yard. No, you said 19 hours, LOL. Oh, was I there 19 hours? I can't remember. I thought it was 16 hours. Either one is really a long time to me. I mean, you got to think sitting at the same place and just sitting for 16 to 19 hours, that's crazy. To me, I mean, not crazy, but it's a long time to sit. Good to see you, Peter. Peter, I seen you splitting wood the other day. I seen you splitting some firewood. I like that. Hand splitting. Started this morning in Glasgow, VA, and I'm on the MANH line from my 10. You're on your 10-hour reset right now? That's what I started mine. Yeah, I've got 7 hours and 54 minutes left on mine. Mine should reset around 3:30 or something like that in the morning. Nature and Hun. Let's see. Peter. Looks like some ice water. You ever do any hand splitting, Mike of the North? Because Mike found me when I'm doing mainly firewood is when me and Mike start talking. Let's see. I've been on here almost an hour. These lives go fast. I've got that video to edit still, and I'm going to put a little survey thing on there because some of my videos are long. Even my firewood videos, some of them were over an hour. So I'm going to put like a little survey thing because you can do that sometimes. And I'm going to ask, what do people prefer in videos? Do you prefer like 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes? Because I'd like to make things that people feel like they have time to watch. Because everybody's so busy. We're in such a busy time now, aren't we? It's just so busy all the time, so. I'm not sure what that means, Peter. It isn't giving me the option to translate it. My daughter and I will be splitting firewood this weekend, and I'm picking up 4 new sheep. I go OTR to relax. Oh, really? So you stay busy at home too, it sounds like. I love hand splitting firewood. One of my sons does it too. Picking up 4 new sheep. That's something I'd like to do is get some more animals. When I was a little boy, that's why I told Carter, because I was kind of getting on to him the other day, because I'll ask him a lot of times when I call, I'll say, did you feed and water the dog and cats? And he'll forget to water a lot of times. And I told him, I was like, Carter, when I was your age, when I was 10, I used to carry 5-gallon buckets all the way down to the barn and water the hogs, because we had hogs, we had chickens, we had Baney chickens, which are those real little chickens. We had rabbits, geese at one point. We had all kinds of different stuff. I even had a horse at one point. I loved that, horseback riding. That's something I may get again in the future, but when my kids get a little bigger. Because I heard of an incident before of a horse. A guy told me, I worked at a prison before as a guard, and one of them guys told me a story of his daughter getting kicked in the face by a horse. Yeah, and after, she lived and everything, but it was bad. It was bad. Hillbilly Trucking, I'm back. Had a phone call. Yes, I do use a splitter now. I inherited a sweet homemade splitter my dad built. I use it in his memory. That's awesome, Mike. Is it like a hydraulic splitter? Do you mean like a hydraulic splitter or an axe? Sounds like a hydraulic splitter if it's homemade. We have sheep, chickens, Muscovy ducks, a dog, and a few barn cats. We had 2 dogs. We had a big Pyrenees, and I miss him bad. His name was Moses. He was such a good guard dog. People wouldn't hardly come around. One guy pulled down the wrong driveway there one day on his motorcycle, and he seen Moses sitting there, and he said, big dog, big dog. He was trying to back out. He said, I think I'm at the wrong place. Roger, thank you. I maybe take my orientation with rail soon. Well, that's awesome, Roger. That's awesome. I've been talking to quite a few people who are talking about going to rail. So there's every time I go to the Indiana tournament at least once a week. I was there yesterday, I think. At least once a week, it seems like I'm relaying a load there. Sometimes more than once. And I'll look over and I'll see a new group of people over there doing their training. And it reminds me of just me like 3 months ago doing it. Hello, thank you for for the videos. Very helpful. You're very welcome, Thunder. You're very welcome. That's my pleasure. I enjoy doing these videos. When I got that camera on my head, it makes me feel like I'm talking to somebody. I'm not so alone. Peter, I'm going to bed now here in Germany. It's the middle of the night. So good night, Dylan. Good night, Peter. Good night. It's good hearing from you. It's always good to hear from you, Peter. Good night and take care. I plan to talk to you again soon. Here we bid on runs twice a year. It goes by seniority. Gotcha. So that sounds like there's a lot more to trucking than I thought then. So on runs twice a year, it goes by seniority. So are you talking about like, is a run like a whole year? Is that what a run is? Yeah, good luck, Roger, Georgia said. Yeah, I wish you the best with it, Roger. I believe if you go in there with your mind made up and you're willing to study and everything, because I know that like Mike and some other people told me it's a lot different now than it used to be to get your CDL, because now you've got that pre-trip and it's like I can't remember, 8 pages of words that they expect you to remember, pretty close. You know, you just got to get a passing score, and then you've got to do a road test, and you've got offset back. Group of 8, only 3 people passed, but as I said before, I seen that some of them's attendance was very bad.